It's the Niner Empire, yeah, we came to play. It's forever going down in the bay. Win, lose, draws, red and gold all day.
I was born in Santa Clara back in 1989 when Niners were in their prime and players would push the line. You could bet that over time my passion it grew stronger. Even when the championship team was no longer. Back in '04, I ain't never put my flag down. Never felt weather, you could bet that I'll never back down. Even when we losing, I'm raising my flag higher. I'm a 49er rider, I'm repping that
J-Red. I've been a fan since birth, man, I bleed red and gold. Last season was bad, this season we doing better though. So let it go, it's Niner gang, don't forget it, bro. No matter what the record is, we still gon' rep it though. So reputable, yeah, we very nice. Legendary like Joe Montana and Jay Rice. I've been a fan since a young man. Does your team got enough rings for each finger on one hand?
You know what's going down in the bay. It's the Niner Empire, yeah, we came to play. It's forever going down in the bay. Win, lose, draws, red and gold all day.
Yeah. Bang, bang. What's going on? What's going on? My name is Akeem, and this is the 49ers Empire Podcast. Right next to me, I'm going to let my man introduce himself, and we'll go from there.
How's it going, 49ers Empire? This is Blair Coates talking to you. Welcome. Happy to be here. We got a very special guest. Yours truly. Who is
What's
it?
good, everybody? It's your boy Breezy, man. It's great to be back here, man. It feels good. I feel like I missed you, brother, for a couple of weeks, man.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm happy you came on, man. You know, man, we're going to do our thing, man. So what's going on, everybody? You know, this is a great week, you know, blowout week, you know. We should have been on Monday. That was my fault. I was feeling a little under the weather, but let's get into it a little bit, man. Let's get into, you know, this action, man. We got, you know, our boys. I mean, you know, we worked on them, you know. We worked on the Rams. Everybody was like, you know, the Rams, maybe they didn't beat nobody, you know, maybe, you know, they didn't tear nobody up. Okay, we got Patriots. It's Bill Belichick. He's never lost. Well, he's not saying never, but he's never been blown out, or, you know, he's pretty rare. He loses back-to-back games. And then we went to the stadium and went ahead and put it on him. And not only did we put it on him, but we had a performance from my guy, Wilson Jr. And, you know, I've been, you know, Fourth and Goal podcast. Shout out to my boys over there, man. But, you know, I had about last year, this quick story real quick, then I'm going to get into it. But last year, you know, I listened to their podcast, and it was like, oh, we need to cut, you know, Fred and just let him go. And I was like, no, bro. He is a dude. Like, I mean, just the downhill running. He runs hard. He's a dude. And they were saying, you know, actually I think his name was Blair. I think his name was. Not my boy Blair, but my boy Blair and them on the Fourth to Go podcast. Anyways, he was saying this, saying that on his podcast, and all year long, all I've seen him do is talk, you know, pretty bad. He actually rejected the statement this year and said, hey, man, I got to give it up. You know, he ran all over the Patriots, so I was pretty impressed with that. But what do you guys think about the Patriots 49er matchup, man? Y'all let me know what y'all thought, man.
Wow, I was extremely pleased with the matchup. I thought from the beginning of the game, the 49ers were in control. I think the best part about this game was you seen Kyle Shanahan really step into his own, right? He manhandled whatever Belichick wanted to throw at him. I think in the second quarter, Belichick tried to change up his defensive front to try to strategize and try to camouflage where players were going to come in through the point of attack. And Kyle Shanahan, like he always does, he's playing chess, not checkers. And so he knows that you're going to do that. He always has a counterattack. That was one thing that I thought was phenomenal. Another thing that really pleased me was the running game and how that set up the play action pass. You've seen the offense finally in a rhythm. Jimmy G looked good. I don't care what people are talking about. If they want him to throw 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, get out of here. It's hogwash. He looked good. He progressed. That's what you want out of your quarterback. You want a dominating win out of your team. We got that. And now we're ready for the Seahawks, baby.
Yeah, man, and I like how you talked about Jimmy G. It's about time we start giving this guy some props. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he's out there each and every week trying to get this game plan working, trying to get it to flow. And you said it. The offense was in the rhythm. Kyle was in his bag. Jimmy was throwing all. First of all, Jimmy's throwing the best, beautiful check down throws I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he's almost Aaron Rodgers-esque. Like he's just touch, drop,
Come
hit.
on, man.
Like it's no, no. Hold on, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out. If you go back and rewatch the way he's just, it's like a touch pass. It's like it's a finesse in it. It's really nice and soft, and he's placing it right in front of the running backs or the tight ends or the wide receivers, so they can catch it and go yards, go yak, right? So I like how you spoke about Jimmy. But guys, let's just talk about defense. Defense gave us 6 points. Like at the end of the day, this defense, who is missing their whole starting secondary, right? Their whole starting defensive line, just about, right? We're playing with role players or whatever or whatnot, minus Armstead and a couple of other guys, DJ Jones. But these guys are balling, man. And shout out to Kinlaw. I know he has no sacks, but this mother sucker was pressuring the heck out of that quarterback, man. Out of Cam Newton and Jarrett Stidham. It's just he couldn't get home, but the pressures were there. And I said this, guys. I said the 49ers have to stop one guy. It wasn't Bill Belichick. It was Cam Newton. You make him throw the ball off rhythm or whatnot, he's not going to complete those throws. They're going to be in third and longs. The 49ers are going to be able to do what they need to do, and they did just that. Shout out to all the 49er players.
Yeah, all three phases looked great.
Yeah, and let's talk about Jimmy G a little bit. So I was impressed. He did what the game dictated for him to do, but I wasn't impressed, if you know what I mean. Meaning, I didn't really see Jimmy G cannot throw a deep ball. I don't know if was we watching the game, Brandon Ayuk wide open. I mean, he hit him, but he didn't hit him in stride. He didn't look like he had a lot of muscle on that ball. It looked like he was waiting on it. I don't know, bro. I really, like, if Scout said this, we're going to give up the deep ball. We're going to play tight on these receivers. We'll give up the deep ball because it doesn't seem like he can complete it well. We'll see if we can really – he has to put it in a spot where they can catch the ball. I think we're gonna struggle. I really do. I don't know. I like Jimmy G, but I said I'm going to give him to the end of the year to evaluate how he looked this year. But gold standards, can we get a 350-yard game? Can we get?
Why do you need?
Let me tell you why.
Okay,
Because I believe when you do that, then you can show us that you can carry the team without a running game. When a running game is not there and they stop our run, can you carry this football team? And that is 300 yards, 350. That is there. When you throw them for like 260, 270 off of play action fakes, that's scheme. That's not
scheme.
That's not talent. That's not raw quarterback talent. Let me get back here. Let me go to work. I got to kind of get us back. Get what I'm saying? Like, that's where that comes from.
How often does a team stop the running game? You're asking Jimmy G to go out there and be a different quarterback, right? And it's not like he has to consistently do that. There's times where the run game just can't be stopped. So you can't expect this guy to go out there and get into a throwing rhythm if he's not asked to throw. But then you want him to complete this deep pass, super accurate each and every time he takes like one or two every game.
Come on, man.
There's no quarterback in the NFL that completes deep passes every single time. Not even Tom Brady.
No, but they do show the arm strength. They do show the arm strength.
They show the plays dictated.
Kyler Murray completes great
and
down
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
And Russell Wilson.
Yeah, hey.
All the time.
Matter of fact,
these are quarterbacks with no offensive lines that get to scrimp. It's not like they drop back and throw the ball deep in the pocket. Can we go back and watch these games?
Wait a second.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray definitely does.
Wait.
I'm just saying.
Wait.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
But did we say they don't have an offensive line, so that's why they're more successful at throwing the deep ball?
That's not I mean, they get outside the pocket, and then there's one guy in front of them, and then all they got to do is throw it deep. Jimmy's staying in a pocket. That
should disrupt their deep ball. It shouldn't be easier
because that's their
scrambling.
game. No, so if you're talking about arm strength, I'm gonna agree and say that these other guys probably have better arm strength, but they do. That's their game. Like their game is better outside of the pocket. Jimmy's game is better inside of the pocket, but that doesn't make him the best inside of the pocket quarterback. He might not be the best option for Kyle Shanahan. So what we're seeing from Kyle Shanahan is for him he's changing up his offense just a little bit for Jimmy G. Does that mean he's holding Jimmy? Is Jimmy holding the offense back? I don't know. I don't think that the deep ball. I get where you're coming from, but we've seen Jimmy throw a 300+ yard game and win a game. Now it's not consistent.
Not this year.
Not this year, and not in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably because he wasn't asked to do it in the playoffs.
So
right? He wasn't.
So we this is Wednesday, so we talk about gold standards.
Okay.
And so my gold standards is for, I know there's going to be a time where our offensive line is not going to be able to block for our run. So I need Jimmy to carry this team. Are we confident if we don't have a running game? Kyle creates running games. He creates it. And a lot of it is the swing passes behind the line of scrimmage.
Right. It's with wide receivers.
Yeah, so let's just be honest about Jimmy. So if he didn't scheme that way, let's just say it just wasn't working in the game. Can Jimmy drop back and throw for 300 to 350 yards, 3 touchdowns to win us football games?
It's hard to say. I don't think we know.
I think Jimmy G, if you asked him to throw the ball 30 times a game, I think he can give you 3 touchdowns and he can throw that. But that's besides the point, and it's not even the deep ball. What it comes down to is this. Is Jimmy Garoppolo elite? Is he an elite quarterback? And when you look at his body of work, the answer is no. He is not elite right now. Mm-hmm. We know what elite looks like, right? You have Patrick Mahomes. You could tell that is an elite quarterback. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson, that is an elite quarterback. Like, you can measure it. Right now, we're just not seeing that out of Jimmy G. Can he grow one day and be that? Mm-hmm. I don't freaking know. But when you start to ask yourself, is this guy really a top 5 quarterback? Is he a top 10? Is he a franchise quarterback? He got bombed by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who just got benched for a rookie. You have to be a realist and say, I don't know. Maybe we're paying someone franchise money, but they're giving us a little bit above average play. Because throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage and having your players run for yak, that doesn't necessarily constitute you throwing for 300 yards. Really, you threw for about 34 yards, and your talent got the rest of the yardage. That's not elite play to me, and I don't know how far a team can go with something like that.
I like Jimmy G, and I like him as our quarterback because he fits our scheme. But can you imagine if we had a quarterback? And let me just say this: can you imagine if we had a quarterback that can do what Jimmy G does? Move around in the pocket and throw deep.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
We would probably run off 3 Super Bowls. We have it when we're healthy. We have a Super Bowl. First of all, this defense has been in the top 10, even when we look bad. We have a Super Bowl defense.
Yep.
We have a Super Bowl calling offensive coordinator. We have a defensive coordinator that's Super Bowl ready. We do, even though he makes mistakes. But can we sit here on this podcast and say that we have a Super Bowl winning quarterback?
No, because he hasn't won one. So that's hard to say.
It's not that. I'm talking about potential. So when you look at Lamar Jackson, you can say,
no, you can't.
If pieces are around Lamar Jackson, come on. Are we okay? Deshaun Watson. Yes. These guys, even if they did not win Super Bowls.
We're going to be stuck on this because you want a quarterback to throw the damn ball. I need a guy. I get it.
So let me compare 2 guys.
How I know? You don't even got to.
Jimmy G, Carson Wentz.
What about him?
Which one?
I mean, We know Carson can throw the ball deep.
I'm asking you,
Carson,
if you had to choose, what would our offense look like with Carson Wentz?
So there's a lot of there's a lot of different factors here. All right. I think we all know Jimmy's weakness is throwing the ball deep. I think every 49er fan in the world knows that's something that he doesn't do consistently or effectively, right? Because I was about to give you the middle finger because I didn't know what that was. But it just scared me. It scared the crap out. I just finished doing a horror show and that scared me. So, but we all know, bros, that's not his forte.
You said I was doing a horror one. Go ahead.
And we've seen him complete deep passes. I feel like these other teams, these other quarterbacks we're talking about, man, I think they're built different. I think Russell Wilson has weapons for him to throw it deep. I still don't think we have that deep wide receiver. I know we see Brandon Ayuk get down the field or Deebo Samuel get down the field, but I still think we lack that. And this is probably why we didn't draft the kid that went to Dallas or Justin Jefferson or these type of players, because Kyle knows Jimmy's weaknesses. So I think, even though he's been in the league for 7 years, I still think you give this kid time to be a starting quarterback. I mean, it's not like he's coming in to a starting position, having to learn the hard. It's like learning physics on crack. Like it's the hardest playbook ever, right? I think we got to give him some time, and I think that will develop, because remember, he couldn't throw the ball short. Are we forgetting that? Like last year, he sucked at throwing swing passes and check downs and all those different types of things. And look at how he's developing that now. I think his swag is coming, and the fact that he's taking these deep shots is something we should look forward to. Now, if they can happen consistently, that'll be great. But let's keep it a buck. It ain't like we got the world fastest sprinters and he can just throw the ball down there and they just throw it as far as he can throw, and hopefully even the ball.
We can say we have some of the best route runners in football, though.
I didn't say route runners.
Yeah,
I said sprinters.
So that means they're open. So that means you can still. So that means you can still throw for 300 with just guys getting open. You don't need sprinters to throw for 300.
No, I'm talking about deep. Now, are we going from deep to route running? What are we doing?
I'm telling you, no. Carson Wentz has bums with him. Bums.
Now you're talking deep. Yeah,
I'm just telling you what he does with the guys he has. All I'm saying is that
Carson Wentz throws the ball in the air and his wide receivers get it. As far as their route running, I don't think they have great route runners. All those passes that we saw was to some guy that was pumping my gas the week before he signed up to play for the Eagles. He was probably working at Whole Foods. And now he's a starter in the NFL, and he had 2 great weeks in the NFL. And I still don't know his name. Something.
I don't know either, but
he killed it.
He's balling.
He killed us going deep.
Well, at the end of the day, Jimmy G has some work to do. Okay,
Yes.
We know he's not elite right now. I think Wayne makes a really good point. I mean, any quarterback that sits in the Kyle Shanahan offense for a multitude of years, they should get better. But we have to get to the point where he's elite, because if he's not elite, there's some guys in college that can be elite that we need to go after.
Okay. I mean, if we can, you know what I mean? Like if we're set up to get that elite quarterback, because if not, we're going to be in the middle of the pack and we're going to be trying to draft a guy that could come in and get the system right. But I do agree with you, Blair. There's some guys in college get it.
So let me give y'all a scenario, and I'm only saying this because, like I said, this is a podcast. This is great dialogue we're having right now. So let me ask y'all this: so if we lose over 50% of our games for the end of the year, we're healthy, and Jimmy G is not looking good, do we move on from Jimmy G?
They're going to have to. They're going to have to draft a quarterback. I think they draft a quarterback regardless this upcoming draft, even if it's in the middle of the pack. I mean, Russell Wilson wasn't a first-round pick, and that guy is dangerous. And so I think they're going to have to go after a guy. They're going to try to light a fire under Jimmy G. I mean, any good coach, offensively minded coach, is going to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Russell Wilson was second round? It's tough because I don't think he was projected to be this great, but he has a unique set of skills. It's hard when you deal with a quarterback, and you heard Kyle talk about this today. It's hard to deal with a quarterback that can scramble, that can extend plays with his legs. It's not what you want your quarterbacks doing, but if you have that, that's a plus one. So that was Russell Wilson's game, and then he just got better. Like he was always scrambling. Same thing we watched with Patrick Mahomes. I know these guys throw in the pocket, guys. I know I'm saying stuff like they throw in the pocket, but my point is a lot of this stuff happens outside of those those hashes. Like they happen outside of the tackles, and it's because they're trying to wait and for a DB to be not looking, and they just get that ball down the field. That's what happens. I feel like with our quarterback and our offense, he don't be having that time. It's Jimmy drops back. If a guy's in his face, bam, he's sacked. Yesterday, this past weekend, though, we watched him step up, make a couple of runs, make a guy miss. Like, this is the Jimmy. Yeah. That's that ability that we missed. Could it be that he's finally getting comfortable on this knee? Is his ankle right?
So I'm gonna
back foot. So I need you, Akeem, to go down there and coach a quarterback how to throw the ball. If he steps into his throws, Akeem, those throws won't be short.
I agree, but I still don't see this is not a pretty ball. I don't know, man. I'm used to even Jeff Garcia got it down the field. Like he was a scrappy quarterback, and you got to remember, man. You know we didn't make it to the Super Bowl with him because we didn't have the team that we have now, or the coaches. I didn't think Mooch was a great coach.
Bro,
you said what?
I think Mooch was a good coach for the 49ers.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I know
he was a mascot, man. He was all right.
Right.
But again, we're gonna get off Jimmy G. We're gonna break out more. But my last thing about Jimmy G, and I really want people to watch this, right? So if we're down by 21, in your mind, do we really believe without the running game, Jimmy G can bring us back? If we're down by 21 going into the third quarter.
I do.
No.
You guys can say what you want. I know you guys are going off of this Miami game, but that team was deflated.
I ain't even going off Miami.
What you going off? Give me a scenario.
I'm going off what I see confident-wise. I don't see he's not a confident quarterback.
We don't know that. Like you're talking about a game where you've seen his confidence, right? You've seen Jimmy G be commando, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this is my quarterback? Yes. And then he gets injured, right? And now his confidence is shot, right? And now he has to figure out a way to get that confidence back. Everybody don't come strong, confident, right?
Miss Brown, not you. Miss Brown, shout out to Miss Brown. She is really defending Jimmy G up here. Y'all realize he's still recovering.
It's not that he's still recovering. I think the issue with Jimmy is it takes him a game to get in the rhythm. For instance, just go to the first game. The first game, it looked like he couldn't get into some type of rhythm, right? And whenever we run the ball heavily, guys, his rhythm lacks. Like it happened in Minnesota was good. We got the win. When we played, and I'm going back to the playoffs. Green Bay, we ran the ball, got the win. Get to the Super Bowl, Jimmy G was like he had no incomplete passes in the first half. They switched their defense up. Somewhere we stopped running the ball, and then you put it on Jimmy to win, and stuff happened. And it wasn't just Jimmy's fault, but it happened. I think that dropped his confidence a little bit. I don't know. Well, I'll what happened?
Hey, Wayne. So, Wayne, last thing, man. I'm gonna leave you with this one because I want you to have. I like how you break it down. So, let me ask you this again. And do you believe if we don't go to the playoffs this year, and we were struggling because of the quarterback, do you believe that we have to draft a quarterback early?
Early or period?
Early. I'm talking about first 3 rounds. That if they draft in the first 3 rounds, that means your job as a starting quarterback is in trouble. I think he struggles. I think Jimmy G struggles from not having any type of competition. I don't think Nick Mullins pushes him. I don't think Beathard pushes him. I just don't think this is his job. and he knows it's his job. Aaron Rodgers been playing hard this year. Why? Why do you think Aaron Rodgers is playing
quarterback
hard?
they drafted?
Exactly.
Let me ask you this question: whose fault is that?
That has to be Jimmy G's fault.
That's not Jimmy G's
I can't put it on the coach. I don't put
Why you can't
motivation.
put it on the coach?
I don't put self-motivation. Great players.
The coach brings dogs on this team to compete for spots, except for the quarterback. There's no way Nick Mullins is better than Jimmy G. There's no way C.J. Beathard.
What other quarterback? What other quarterback could we have get? I'm saying, what other quarterback could we have brought in to compete with him?
It doesn't matter. My point is the coach didn't do that portion.
We can't waste a draft pick.
Every other position. It wasn't even a draft pick. This guy coach. There's no coach in the NFL that finds better undrafted people than the 49ers coach and John Lynch. Go get Brock Rudder. Guess what he can do? Guess what he can do? He can throw the ball like 95 yards down the field. That's what you want. Go bring him back. But clearly he wasn't good enough to make the cut.
And that's why I love you on the show, because we're going to debate that, because I don't believe it. I think great quarterbacks compete with themselves. They really compete with themselves. Like, this is an unacceptable performance I just had. Like Cam Newton, prime example. Cam Newton sucked this last week. He took it on the chin. He took it, since he came back from COVID. Before that, we was looking at Cam like, oh, hold on, 370. You know, he almost beat the Seahawks. Like, he was really balling. But anyways, he took it on. He said, you know what? He said, I'm a lot better than this. There's no reason why I can't play better than this. I know I'm better than this, and I'm going to get this back on track, right?
So because Jimmy G didn't say that.
I don't hear Jimmy G speak in these terms. I just don't see it. And if he came out and said, you know what? I threw for 199 in the playoffs. You know,
you must don't listen to pressers, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I threw for 199.
Got to do better.
He's got to do better than that, man. So I'm letting you know.
He says it though. He says it. So which Jimmy G do we want? Right? Do we want the Jimmy G that is throwing these crazy complete bombs down the field without any yak and guys are catching big plays and we're not scoring because of that? Or do we want the Jimmy G that's dicing up a defense and when 20 for 25? Do the math.
20 for 25 and 198?
That's me. It doesn't. Who cares about the yards?
This guy. I keep telling you, that stuff matters when it's time for you to get on your horse. When it's time to come back. We've been ahead the last two games. We've been ahead. Mm-hmm. We've been dominant ahead. I want to see when we're behind. Here comes these Niners. Here comes the Niners. Go back.
You haven't seen it this season, but I got to definitely go back and check out Jimmy G's come from behind win. I know in that New Orleans Saints we was trailing the whole game, and then we just kept finding ways to score. Yeah, that's the Jimmy G I think everybody is looking for.
Yeah, but we had elite defense. We had elite defensive.
Either way, he was moving the ball down the field.
Oh, I agree. Defense. He looked really good that game. He looked really good. I give him that. He looked like a prime time top 3, top 5 quarterback.
Right, and that's there's your inconsistency.
But
you can't have an outlier game like that, and then have the low time game that he had with Miami, and then the Jimmy G we watching or we witnessing is the one in the middle, the one we're scratching our head. Like I got you, bro. Trust me.
I know what he's saying. He said, we was losers when Jimmy, and I agree. Jimmy G has held us steady, right? Like, he's a winner. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, even as being a winner, we have to have expectations for these guys, standards for the guys who's playing major positions for us. I sit on here last week and I was talking about Kyle Shanahan when we was blowing him out. I'm talking about some of his play calling. I was talking about Robert Saleh. I mean, I'm talking about, we even talked about George Kittle, best football player we got on our football team. We talking about George Kittle. Jimmy G, for some reason, gets more passes than anybody on our team to be spoken about.
Doesn't every quarterback?
No. Let me tell you something. They talk about Dak Prescott like he's a dog.
That's because
everybody in the world. I'm talking about all the commentators. First of all, I don't even know if it's because of that. I think
telling you it's because
I think because Jerry Jones don't want to pay him money, and the media is making it seem like it's Dak. Dak is
he's a winner.
What would we look like with Dak Prescott?
I hear what you're saying, bro. It's a I hear what you're saying. All
right, let's go.
I get
Go
the Jimmy G thing. No, I definitely get it, man. There's times I wish Jimmy. Sometimes he doesn't see the whole field. I still think he's progressing and scanning and still learning how to read the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that comes. It's gonna either we're gonna allow it to develop and be patient with it and continue winning, or we're not. And that's where or Kyle's not. That basically is what I'm trying to say. And I get you. Kyle needs that guy that can kick the ball down the field. He had Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan can do that, and that's what he needs.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan also had who?
But Jimmy Garoppolo, nonetheless, Jimmy Garoppolo looked good last week. Like you said, he was rolling out of the pocket. That was my biggest issue with him. He's not extending the play, allowing receivers to get creative. He did that last week. That was great. I think our first series, if he doesn't scramble through the middle and run for that first down, we're punting the ball.
Man, if he don't slide right there, like we don't need him to lower his shoulder.
Jimmy put the shimmy.
He got it. Yeah, he got it. And I was happy.
Dude, he put the shimmy. And if you go back to the Rams game, I think that contact woke his ass up. I'm not sure if I can curse on here, but you remember when he ran and tried to truck one of them DB Rams, and he got him for like 7-8 yards. I think that contact said, "Yo, I'm back.
That wasn't smart to me. See, that was bonehead stuff. Last time he made contact with a linebacker or a defensive player, he was out for the year with the ACL injury. So I'm like, I know he wants to prove stuff, but slide sometimes.
The guy barely touched, and if he would have slid, he would have been decapitated because there was 2 DBs right there ready to decapitate him. He would have got a penalty, but he might not got back up. Okay,
Kyler Murray slide.
Kyler Murray don't always slide.
Oh, he's a special slider.
Oh, he'd be sliding.
He's a special slider. He's a baseball player. He's a baseball player.
And his slides.
What would we look like with Kyler Murray? I'm just. Hey, let's get started on.
Thing I hate about Kyler Murray's slides are they're iffy, and it's like is he sliding feet first?
He's a baseball player, man.
He's sliding to get the call.
He's perfect.
That's what Russell Wilson.
He's really nice, man. Let's talk about this matchup, man, with the Hawks and the 49ers, man. This is a big game. This is a big game for us. I really believe that, we got to do some different things. I think every time we play the Hawks, we always start a little slow.
Oh God, it took you so ever to say that too.
Yeah, and I think we just need to. Yeah, I mean for real. But we need to. I think we got to be aggressive. We got to start out Jimmy G throwing the ball, doing things that we normally wouldn't do. Let's throw some deep posts. Let's throw some deep outs. Let's throw some deep crosses. You know what I mean? Let's just get out here and establish this passing game and then run it down their throat because they can't stop us. That defense is trash. And we should not respect them at all. We should go in there like we're the better team, just like we did New England. I know Blair posted it. What team is out here laying his hat? We were out there physical. We got to go out there and we got to show the Hawks we're more physical. You guys can't compete with us. We are the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay?
So,
Niner football.
Oh, I rest my case. That's why Jimmy G ass ain't sliding. He's letting you know that this my team. I'm just saying you can't have it both ways, broski.
Oh my God, bro. Slide.
Got to come out there and be physical. When your
quarterback doesn't need to be physical.
When your quarterback shows a sense of physicality, the linemen are on cloud 9.
No, but the coaches are like, dude, we're number 1 with the largest salary.
What Blair said, if Jimmy didn't put the jukey dookie on my guy and tried to slide, it would have been 4th and 1. Now we probably would have went for it, but it would have been 4th and 1. Instead, it was a first down and it was a touchdown scoring drive. You kind of got to let these guys play football at this point. Guys, if they're going to get hurt, they're going to get hurt. You can't go in there playing super protective. I get it. They're all investments, but come on, man. These guys got to go out there and play football, man. That's what they do. They get paid a lot.
Yeah. And I like what you said, Akeem, about switching it up. I think they are expecting us to try to start our run game a little bit early. And
they're going to line
with you.
Box,
I think you got to try to drop some bombs real early on. Just my whole thing is let's see who can guard George Kittle. Like, let's go ahead and figure that out from the first series. If they have an option there, great. And then let's move right into Brandon Ayuk. Because I honestly do not believe there is a corner on that side of the field that is going to be able to guard both of those players. Even with Debo down, I think this offense is a little bit too potent
for the
Seahawks.
Can you guys read this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is crazy.
We are up there.
Okay,
Man.
so again, do we want Jimmy G going against the linebacker, trying to run linebackers over, or do we want him sliding?
Not that we want him. It's not like, okay, let me say this. It's not a design play, but you're talking about a football player making a play. Like, yes, he's supposed to slide, but I think at that moment it was too late. He was like at that line where it was like, yo, I gotta lay my shoulder down and lean. I want this first down. I want this drive to keep going. I don't think sliding in on that specific play was in his wheelhouse. Now, if he had a run and there was nobody near him and he knew he was about to get tackled, I guarantee you he would have took the slide. It would have probably been ugly, but he would have took the slide. I think. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you 100%. You want your quarterback slide. That's the first thing you teach them if they're going to take off and run. But man, Jimmy is showing another side of physicality. I'm all in on Jimmy, bro. I know he struggles, but I mean, I've watched quarterbacks over the years where they struggle and then they became greats. If you want to talk about a struggling quarterback, bro, for the 49ers, I could talk about Steve Young because his ass was trash. And his ass was so bad that the third-string quarterback, Steve Bono, came in and had to relieve him. And then Steve got it. They changed stuff up or something. He figured it out. And the next thing, he started getting outside the pocket, started getting these throws. He had a good deep ball. It changed. Bono was gone. Joe Montana was traded. I forgot who Elvis Gerback became the backup at one point. I'm just saying, we gave guys time to develop. So let's build this offense around him while he's developing, then watch him do his thing.
But another thing,
it's his third year with us. It's his third year with us. Now he's been in the league.
Starting, right?
How many years he's been in the league though?
But he's been a backup.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Come on, bro. If Aaron Rodgers was a backup and he came in balling.
He didn't come in lighting this stuff up. Aaron Rodgers was trash.
Aaron Rodgers, no, he's never been trash.
Nah,
Aaron Rodgers, not 1 year of his life.
Trash. I'm just saying he wasn't this great Aaron Rodgers that we're seeing. Tom Brady wasn't great. Let's keep it a buck. He the greatest quarterback to play the game at this moment.
I don't know, bro. He came in for Bledsoe and he took that job.
He came in from Bledsoe, right? He came in from Bledsoe and got his team in the field goal position. And they won the game. That's not great. You just told me Jimmy dunking and throwing ain't great. But
how many years? Does it take 6 years for Tom to get great, though?
He had the best defense in the league at that time.
We've had some great defenses, man.
All I'm saying is
we got one now. We're number 6 in the league.
He came in starting, bro. That's all I'm trying to say.
And I get you. I know that's your boy. I know it's your boy. So I like Jimmy. So I'm not going to.
Year starting,
but right? I like Jimmy. But
third year starting, but second year full. And
I'm afraid if we don't come out,
I got you
with some level of intensity, our quarterback. I think Tomlin said it earlier in the comments. He's not a leader of men. I don't think he's going to be able to bring us back because he's going to be like, "Come on, let's go, bing, 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 bing." I don't see that. I see Jimmy, great quarterback to be schemed with. He fits Kyle's system, but there's a point where you just need to play football. You ever heard that term? Okay.
Yeah.
Throw it all out the window. You have to go play football. So if I know I'm going to get hit in the mouth or I'm going to throw it to this check down, but I know if I wait one quick half a second more, this post will probably open up and I can throw him open. Which one should I do in this game when we're behind? Am I going to throw it to this check down? I got to, for my team, I got to take one on the chin, and I got to throw this guy open off this post route because I know that we need this chunk play. This 10-yard stat.
I think that depends. I think your scenario is perfect, but I think you left some stuff out of the scenario. What's the down and distance? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that factors in to taking that chunk play. You get what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Because there was a play in this game, right, where Jimmy threw the intermediate route, and if he could have waited, you know what I'm saying, there was a guy open. But guess what? I think it was a third down or whatever, and it was a first down throw. So what do you want him to throw for that chunk on that third down, miss it, and then it be a fourth down, or get the right route for the first down and live to the next play? Like, I think that's what we got to factor in. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I think. I do want to see him take throws, man. If it's 2nd and 2, and
he's turning over the rock a little much too.
Yeah, well, he's still making the indecisive interception.
Oh,
that's why he threw that interception last week. It's an indecisive one. He doesn't know. Should I just take the sack or should I throw it away? And then he says, "Forget it. Let me just throw it to the defender." That's that's why I look at that and I say, that's not elite play. Like Russell Wilson, when he knows it's bad, when he knows it's all bad, the ball just goes out of bounds. It doesn't go to the defender.
Hold on, real quick, yo. I'm sorry, man. The ladies in here, they got the ladies. The ladies are defending Jimmy G. When I tell you they're in these comments defending Jimmy, and I respect it.
That's because y'all don't listen. Like I don't understand what y'all don't hear. We listen to all the same stuff.
So
somehow y'all find something else to say.
I just want to say this, man, and we can continue to move on from Jimmy.
This is the Jimmy G show, bro.
Exactly. He's not a bad quarterback.
Right.
I don't think he's bad. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's above average.
Okay.
But like Blair said, hold on. We need elite to win the Super Bowl, though. There's not to be above that unless we have an elite defense, which we don't have. We have a very good defense. We have a very good defense. But without Nick Bosa, we have a very good defense. With him there, we're elite. So we don't, and even with just him, we need D Ford there, to be elite. So what I'm saying to everybody is, when we just have a good defense, top 5, top 10 defense, when we have a top 5 offense, but we just have an above average quarterback, we ain't going to win a Super Bowl with above average. We need elite to carry what the defense can't do. And we need a guy at that position to sling 3 to 4 touchdowns in a game if we need him. And that is where my criticism is. I like Jimmy, but I'm going to say it again. If we're going to win the Super Bowl, Jimmy needs to play Joe Montana-ish, Steve Young-ish.
All guys that can get outside the pocket, huh?
We need to be able to. He needs to be able to throw that football, man.
You said it, Blair. But you also said, Blair, you said that you like this game from Jimmy because you got to watch him roll out. We were screaming all season for Kyle Shanahan to call those plays, but he didn't. Yeah. And as soon as Nick Mullins comes in the game, what type of plays did we see? Roll out. We started seeing these rollout plays, bro. And I'm like, yo, what the blood clot? Why are we not seeing this when Jimmy's in the game? And then we saw it finally this week. I think if Jimmy can find ways to extend plays, Akeem, you'll get those deep balls because your wide receiver, he's not just throwing it in the air, praying for the guy to come down with it.
Hey, we finally got one. Thank you, Matthew. Okay, this is a great point, and he said a $27 million quarterback should be able to throw the ball sideline to sideline, not just hash to hash, and that is really my complaint.
Like so it's because so if he was making $17 million, you'd be fine.
I'll be perfectly fine because that means we got a big time wide receiver. That means he is getting money. That means we got a two to three big time offensive linemen. That means he's getting money. That means we got 2 to 3 large contract defensive linemen. When the quarterback's not getting paid a lot, those are where the positions is going for money. So normally when you look at teams, quarterbacks that has large amount of money, they normally don't have.
Do we have a list of the top 5 quarterbacks? Because Jimmy's like 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He was number 1. And then all of a sudden, after he got that money, I think that was part of the smarts of the game, bro. I was like, yo, set Jimmy, get him, pay him this, and watch that market go up. And they got everybody else paid. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Jared Goff. Like, it got everybody else paid. Jared Goff make way more money than Jimmy, and he can't do this stuff neither. But he's not our problem.
I would say to Nick, in the Super Bowl, yes, Nick Foles was elite.
Nick Foles has
when his name and number was called,
Nick Foles in that playoff run was probably the best playoff run as a quarterback. Nobody's talking about it. Just look at look at the numbers.
You know why we're not talking about it? Because they ran mother-freaking run play option passes all game for this guy. It was you call that elite? That's not freaking elite. But
he's throwing 300. He's throwing 300 a game. Did you see him in the Super Bowl,
bro? But it was those type of plays. You just got mad for talking about Jimmy throwing swing passes and this guy's getting yak when he was doing that in the Super Bowl, bro. It was so bad that the Patriots defense couldn't figure it out. And you want to know why we beat the Patriots? Because we was kind of running some of that type of stuff, just with screen passes and swing passes to where Bill Belichick couldn't adjust. He didn't do it in the Super Bowl. The difference was he had Tom Brady who could keep that offense in the game. Nick Foles didn't do nothing special but run play action
keep him in the game.
And that Philly special. That's it.
You hear Tom Brady keep him in the game, huh?
Tom Brady kept him in that game.
Okay, all right. So let's go on. Let's go on. At the end, we'll do at the end predictions, but let's go on do better from last week. We didn't get into that. So give me a couple do betters. I know we destroyed this team, but let's talk about this team in general. I got 2 do betters. So
yeah.
So let's go with our guests. Wayne, who do we have as a do better?
You're not gonna like my do better.
It's okay.
You're not. All right. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. As much as I love this guy, and since we talk about people getting paid a lot of money, then I expect the person getting paid the most money on this team to catch every pass, not get any holds, not do anything. So let's talk about George Kittle, because I felt like that Jimmy G's interception, that was horrible. That was a horrible interception, by the way, Jimmy. And Blair, there was no pressure. He just threw a bad ball. That jump was ugly. I went back and watched it 25 times. I love George Kittle. Greatest probably tight end in football. But he makes mistakes. And I feel like his mistakes, he absolutely held. He got his arm around that guy on the line, absolutely held, stopped a play that was a first down on a play design that the Patriots never seen before, the 49ers and us fans never seen before. What do I mean? Deebo Samuel was lined up in the I formation in the backfield. They ran this twice. They ran that same play twice the game. First time they ran it, he got a first down, but it was called back for a hold on George Kittle. We went from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 12. That's why it's got to be better, because when Jimmy Garoppolo gets behind on a stupid hold call, usually it doesn't result into positivity. It just doesn't. It just messes up everything. And the second time you saw that play, he got hurt. So I think that's my only do better for this game. Oh, I got some linemen I could talk about, but he's part of the line. He's got to do better because he got called for a hold and a false start. And you can't get penalties on your most cerebral player on the offense in the game.
You're right about that. I did see him get called, I think, twice on 2 penalties in that game.
Yeah, man.
George Kittle, you're right. This season, George Kittle, he hasn't been exactly elite. the gold standard, he hasn't met that exactly. You're right.
And
I can-
he set the gold standard player.
I can agree with that.
I thought he was the gold standard. I thought every player needs to bring that intensity. That guy.
Yeah.
So we holding George accountable. Okay.
Me, bro.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Okay. So who we got, Blair?
No popped up either. You ain't
Man.
popped no comment. I know I'm getting trash right now.
Oh, you getting thrashed
There we
right
go.
now.
There you go, Jordan. So realistically, I have two do betters. My first one is not exactly Niner related, but it's the NFLPA. Why? They need to get rid of this turf. Do you see all these ACL injuries? Do you see what's happening to these NFL players? NFLPA, you got to do better with the negotiations. You got to get some real grass in there. But moving on to my 49ers, I don't care what Niner fans feel about what I'm about to say. People try to eat me up on Twitter about this. It means nothing to me. Means nothing. Deebo Samuel, I think he's fantastic. I think he brings aggressiveness. I think he brings a different level of physicality to the game, to the 49ers. I do. Deebo Samuel cannot continue to end plays where he's going helmet to helmet with players. And let me explain why. He's not going to have a long career. Deebo Samuel is missing 2 weeks because of his style of play. People can say what they want to say. They can say, oh, you got to let physical players be physical. Yeah, but where do we draw the line and say you're being physical, but now you're missing games? To me, I just think he's going to have to switch it up. Pick where you want to have your wars. Not every single run needs to be a statement at the end. I want you on the field. So Deebo Samuel, I need you to do better.
Wow. Oh, that one kind of came out there for me a little bit, man. I can respect that. I do think it's hard as a receiver though. You expect his mindset to be moving the chains. So, you know, Deebo, and also Deebo's South Carolina kid. You know, this is how they play football. But I get you, man. You know, he needs to understand what he means to the team, right? So let's get into my do betters. One of my do betters is gonna sound a little crazy, man, but I'm going to say Kyle Shanahan needs to do better. And the reason why Kyle Shanahan needs to do better is because I felt like he left Deebo in the game entirely too long, and I think we had it under wraps enough for him to rotate guys in. Let's get some of these other guys some reps. KB, I don't even know if he caught a ball. KB could easily stepped in for Deebo because he's going to play this week for him anyway, right? Because he's not playing because of his hamstring injury. And it's kind of like what you're saying, but if he knows, like sometimes as coaches, and I coached for some years, but sometimes as coaches, you got to save them from themselves. And because he is that type of football player, you know that. You know the type of football player he is. Okay, now we got to set you down, man. Appreciate it. Great game. We get you in every 12 plays, right? And we're not going to call running plays then. I mean, passing plays. You're gonna be blocking out here or something. Like as a offensive coordinator, I know this. So you know, Kyle Shanahan, you need to do better next week when we put it on these guys. You could blow these guys out. You know, take some guys out. Okay. So number 2. Every single week, this guy gives up a sack. Nobody wants to talk about this bum. He is on my bum list now, and he has to have at least 3 to 4 consecutive games to get off my bum list. Mike McGlinchey, our right tackle, is getting whooped every game. Are we? How is it that we're not? He should be on blogs. He should be. I mean, he is getting away with murder on Twitter. I see everybody talking about everything else. Yeah. Getting away with murder. Can we name a game that he is not giving up a sack?
It's more passes than Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's killing us. He's killing us.
He's been weak all season.
So the sack, and literally though, like figuratively speaking, like he came in the preseason saying that he lost maybe 5 pounds. This guy lost more than 5 pounds.
Oh man, you lose
This guy
5.
lost-
You lose 5 pounds
Wet.
sweating in the gym.
Wet.
Yeah.
Him. He's way smaller and skinnier, and
Yeah.
I believe that has a lot to do why he's always on his every game, and I mean, put school in there. Let's see what he can do. But if you do that, you're sending a message. You're sending a message saying that.
Well, I think we're setting him up right now because I think ultimately the contract negotiation for next year is going to be lovely for us. We're going to be like, dude, you gave up sack every game, so take what you can get. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, take what you can get.
I was gonna say that about some of the other stuff we was talking about, but you got it, and I think that's part of the game.
Yeah. So am I last do better?
Man, you had 3. Dang, I ain't watched the game good enough.
Oh no, I had 3. I'm going to say Jimmy G needs to do better. We have 2 interceptions. I don't care. Stop turning the ball over. If you how we win 33-6 and you had 2 interceptions.
No touchdowns.
Come on.
I mean,
how are we defending that?
Because he technically had 1 interception.
Hey, the Hail Mary, I get it, but you know what quarterbacks do? They don't want that right there. They throw it past the end zone, act like they didn't mean to.
Balls
Throw it past the end zone.
Look, man.
Okay, one.
That was arm
So
strength.
that means
That's too many.
1 too many. All right.
Man, come on, man.
Jimmy G-
Hey, come on, man.
He usually plays better after interception. I will say that.
So let me ask you this: did Matt Breida get let go for fumbles?
Yes.
Yes.
We don't know.
No, but what I'm saying is they didn't let him play for a while because he was fumbling.
They didn't let him play for a while because
let's do this.
He came back. Hold on, he came back from an injury. He Mostert was hot, and they didn't need both of them.
So let me ask you this.
And can I say this on your show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, don't be surprised if the 49ers trade Raheem Mostert next draft season.
I don't know why they would do that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna put that. Thank you, but see, so Blair. So I like Blair, because not just because you agreed with me, but you understand the synergy of where I'm going with this. Don't be surprised.
Hasty.
Just don't be surprised. And Wilson, don't be surprised, because there's one position how I want to pay.
We could draft guys.
And there you go.
Hold on again, and I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I will say he don't want to pay running backs. He don't want to pay running back. But again, last thing, bro. Jimmy G has to do better. And all I'm saying is, if you're gonna be blowing teams out, we can't have turnovers. So Jimmy, if you're listening, if you get in the Seahawks game and you turn over this ball, you're gonna be on this list again this week.
Man,
because
harsh,
because I hold on. I know you not. You said George Kittle. But what I'm saying is he make 1 or 2 mistakes a game and he gets 12 targets a game. But he's make 1 or 2 and he's on the do better list. But this guy is overthrowing it to the safety. He didn't even have to adjust himself to catch the ball. He jumped like this. Did you see the safety?
I don't think it was an overthrow. I saw Devin McCourty catch the ball. I just think it was a bad pass. I really do. I really think if you go back and watch the throw, it looked like the ball was held in his hand even funny. And the ball looked out of trajectory, and when it came out, it was just a duck. It was just a bad pass, and it went over the dude.
Indecisive. It was the same thing where when he threw it and it came out of his hand and it went to the ground the previous game. It's the same thing. He doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yep, you're right. I'm with you. But she's talking. I was just about to say this. I was just about.
That's that was his first 3 of the season.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just telling you. What week is this?
So Jimmy didn't start throwing interceptions till what? Last week?
Come on, man.
No, Jimmy's
Jimmy's threw 13 last year, man. All I'm saying is And this is
Guys,
the Super Bowl year.
You're not being realistic. Jimmy
Great,
had no interceptions.
great quarterbacks
Hold on.
have single
Hold
digit
on.
INTs.
Let me say, Jimmy had 0 interceptions in game 1, 0 in game 2. Didn't play game 3. He did play game 4, right? That's the Dolphins. No, didn't play game 4. Came back game 5 against the Dolphins, threw two interceptions, and then threw 2 interceptions in this game. He didn't have any interceptions last game.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? That's freaking 4.
He threw 13 last year. So what I'm saying to you is, hold on, I'm just saying to you, he cannot turn over the ball. Go look at great quarterbacks right now, the top tier quarterbacks. How many are they throwing?
He has 1 interception more than Russell Wilson, who's the best quarterback in the NFL.
And he had 1 bad game, and he still had a time. He had a chance to win that game.
And the thing is, are we pretending that Russell Wilson is not elite?
No. We know what Russell.
Well, not just you, but the comment too. Like,
okay.
Russell Wilson is elite.
Russell
Wilson
best quarterback.
She went and Googled it on us.
Bro, Jimmy threw less than the elite quarterback in the game. We gotta know our facts when we come up here because.
But I'm gonna show her what it is now though. So great. But I'm gonna show her what it is. Go on attempts to Russell Wilson to attempts for Jimmy G. There's a huge difference. You might as well slice 75% of that off. That's all I'm saying.
They don't run the ball as effective as the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she's in it. She's in it.
All right, man.
So let me ask you, Ms. Brown, do we believe that Jimmy's elite? Can we get that, please?
I don't think Jimmy's elite yet.
No. He has some work to do. He has a good ceiling on him. I mean, we see. I like Jimmy G. He just has to go out and prove it. You know.
Okay. All right.
He has to prove it. He has to be consistent.
And I think he knows that, guys.
So
I think he knows.
It's been a great show. Now it's time for the predictions. Let's go on predictions. Let's start out with my man Blair. What do we got this week? We got the Hawks.
Yeah, it's a divisional game. It's always a
on the road. We wearing our white, baby. We wearing our white, baby. We don't lose too much in the white.
3. I think we'll get him by 3, 23-20.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we went 4. I got 24-20.
Man, I got us in a dog fight.
Wait. Guess how? The comeback drive with Jimmy G.
Okay.
Woo.
I'm telling you, man.
You talking some elite play now.
Yeah. I'm talking elite play. And then the next week, I'm going to be on this show before y'all get on here, and we're going to be on this joint. I'm cursing the whole episode. Put explicit, parental, all stuff on this joint because it's late night. I could curse. My kid's not watching it right now.
Oh, man.
Put it up here, bro. I'm coming for you.
Hey, that's all good.
That's good, man. So I got 31, 28, 49ers. And I got a little bit of a shootout because Russell Wilson, athletically, we just don't play good against athletic quarterbacks. So I see them getting up 14-3 going into the second. Then we get a hold of them. It go 10-14 before the half, and then we have an explode third quarter. We come out well coached. We're a well coached team. We come out in the third quarter, we take control a little bit. Then they're going to start banging, coming back a little bit in the fourth. And I just think we kick that field goal because I think, there's nothing finer than gold. So I do believe we'll win 31-28 Niners. Man, I really appreciate you guys coming on today, man. Wayne Breezy, it's always a pleasure to have you on. My boy Blair Coates. Like I said, I was sick earlier the week, so I apologize for not having the Monday show. We're definitely going to have the 5 keys of victory on this Saturday. We're also going to have the film session for Friday, and to kind of look at just look at what the Hawks do and what they present to us that we need to make sure that we bottle up. So I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the comments I really like we're all family, man. I know we may talk all mess, but we all love the same team, and we all root for the same team. And I'll be high fiving y'all at the stadium as soon as we can come back. So go Niners. Any last comments for you guys before we get up out of here?
Man, Wayne, go ahead, tell them where they can find you.
Oh man, they know where they can find me, man. Just follow me everywhere at Wayne Breezy. I got that Nitty Gritty Niners talk show Monday nights. Go subscribe to that channel, Nitty Gritty Niners, because we get down to the nitty gritty. We don't hold no punches, baby. Psh, psh, we get it.
There it is. Anything, Coach?
Man, just want to thank all the listeners for always being here. You could be anywhere, but you're right here with us. Go Red Gold.
Go Red Gold. Let's go. Niners, we out. Let's go. Beat the Hawks, baby. We got to beat the Hawks. Let's go.
You know what's going down in the Bay. It's the Niner Empire, yeah, we came to play. It's forever going down in the Bay. Win, lose, draw, sweat and go.